It was a good top of the Kingdom Show, boy. Big TTK. We back with another video. So today we got. I have been wrong about the BuCks. Now, me personally, every single one of y'all, the Kindles know who I'm talking about too. You niggas be talking so crazy about the BuCks. Ask Easy what happened. Ask your favorite YouTuber. Ask Slotto Easy what happened when the BuCks played the Warriors last week. Or whatever day that was. Ask them what happened on that Thursday when we played them, King. And Giannis didn't even play. Giannis wasn't even in the game. And what do we do to them? Come on. Y'all finna stop disrespecting our team. Y'all finna stop doing that, King. Take notice, please. Because I swear to God, if we don't win 60, we win at 50 games this year, King. And we're going all the way. We are not first round exits. We are not no first round exit team. We better than that, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to get that off my chest. Never really see what dude has to say type shit.
What's going on, y'all? It's Cone, and there is a chance I
like
might have been wrong about the Milwaukee Bucks. It is still early on in the season, but so far they have absolutely impressed me as someone who was not high on this roster. I thought it was going to be Giannis putting up these insane numbers, but losing a lot of nights. I felt like there was a chance the offense could be pretty decent with Giannis and shooters, but that ultimately the defense would be too bad. There would be a lot of inconsistent play from some of the supporting options, and they would end up as like a 6 to a 7 seed. That's not a 6-7 thing. That's just where I had them in the Eastern Conference. And again, maybe it still goes that way, but so far, there's 6.
Quick note. It's fucking stupid that niggas had to, say that, oh, it's not a 6-7 joke. That shit is so corny. I don't know why y'all started that shit. It's so corny and so fucking, it disgusts me. It's like, I get ew. That's just, but anyway, so I just had to get out of my chest.
Knocked off the Bulls in an NBA Cup game tonight in dominant fashion, trying to defend their NBA Cup title.
Facts. Go watch that. We just reacted to it.
Really good so far. BuCks made it look like they really aren't that great, and a lot of it was Giannis, who had 41, 15, 9, 2, and 2 on 50% shooting. And I mean, yeah, Giannis is putting up the best numbers of his career. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. 33.4 points per game, 12.9 rebounds, 6.6 assists with a steal and a block, shooting 64.2% from the field and 53.8% from three. It's not on a lot of attempts.
Come on.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 13 attempts so far this season.
And
not a lot of them, but to hit about half of those is pretty good. And Giannis, he continues to be a much better mid-range shooter. That's something that has continuously evolved in his game. He's averaging more points per game than minutes, and that's something that's basically never happened in NBA history. It's only happened a few times. He is completely dominant.
Come on now, bro.
It's not surprising. I mean, Giannis is one of the greatest downhill forces ever, now that there are some decent shooters around him. And the BuCks, for all the issues I've had with some of their roster building, they have done a good job of giving Giannis shooters, and those shooters are hitting at a high clip. They're averaging right around 39% from three right now per game. So
not good enough.
Those shooters,
not good enough.
Giannis space to operate.
We need them to be in the 50s.
Of course, guys are going to shade over. Giannis,
Gary Trent
he's gotten way better at that throughout his career.
AJ Green, way better shooters than 30%.
More often than not, it's resulted in a top 8 offense. They've been one of the best offenses in basketball.
That fucking pass, nigga, trying to
in a top 8 offense. They've been one of the best offenses in basketball so far this season, with, of course, Giannis spearheading the charge as this guy that can now hit a mid-range jumper like the game against the Pacers, or he can dunk.
I didn't react to that video,
whole bench and 3 more
but
organizations, and Giannis
I would give you a clip. I'm definitely gonna give you a clip.
Or he's gonna hit a 3 because he's pretty confident with those now. He's been better defensively, I think, this season than last year. Last year, I felt like he took a little bit of a step back. I think he's back at a higher level this season. Not that he was a bad defender, but just more Giannis-like so far this year. He's been unbelievable. He's got a great argument to have been the best player in the world so far throughout this season. I don't think there's a lot of people that are going to disagree with you if you go ahead and make that.
But they shouldn't disagree.
We're seeing maybe the best version of
Good
Giannis
fucking pass, Ryan.
And
come
people
on.
are kind of expecting that. Again, he was a pretty popular pick for MVP, but one of my main reasons why I couldn't see that path super clearly was because I didn't know if the supporting cast was going to be good enough to help Giannis get that award. I thought he was going to win the scoring title. I thought he was going to have the best individual numbers of his career, but of course you have to be one of the top seeds in the the East if you want to, get into the conversation and beat like a Shea or a Jokic, who are both going to have this insane success as well as these crazy numbers out in the Western Conference. And so far, they're 6-3. They're tied with the Cavs for the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference, and only 1 game back of the 1-seeded Pistons, which, by the way, got to make a Detroit video. Shout out to them. They've been amazing so far this season. Fun fact, the top 4 teams in the East right now, all Central Division. Pistons, Bulls, Cavs, Bucks. Nobody expected that. But yeah, they're right there in the mix for the best record in the Eastern Conference so far. And that's impressive. And it's not all Giannis. Like, if Giannis was just doing this and nobody else was helping, they wouldn't have gotten to this point. It's guys like Ryan Rollins, who is probably the front runner for most improved player right now, if I had to guess, because last year, he was pretty good for a majority of the season, especially down the stretch. I made a video, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like every NBA team's most underrated player or something like that. And Ryan Rollins was my pick for the BuCks because people weren't really paying attention because they were disappointing, but he was playing really good defense. He was knocking down threes at a 40% clip. And he'd become one of the more reliable options for the BuCks. And this season, he was basically given the reins. He was given all the opportunity in the world. And I didn't know how those numbers were going to translate to a much bigger.
Let me say this. KPJ got injured in the first game in a matter of 9 minutes. And it was an ankle sprain. He rolled his ankle, right? I don't know why he's still not. I get it, but I also don't know why he's still. You would have thought he's okay by now. You know what I'm saying? The nigga hasn't played another minute yet. So I'm like, how do they give that shit back to KPJ? Because I'm loving the way Ryan is playing, and we didn't get to see too much of KPJ. So it's just like a kind of you know what I'm saying? I'ma always be a nigga that chooses performance over anything. If you playing better, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gang. Now, I feel like it can get to a point where you like it can get to a point where like you change it up. You know what I'm saying? Say if I'm playing good, I'm gonna start. If I keep playing good, I'm gonna keep starting. If I'm kind of struggling, do the start. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would see it. But also, gang, I feel like niggas not saying this enough, and niggas not saying this enough, and I feel this way so deeply, gang. If we get rid of Darvin Ham and fucking Doc Rivers, we would be the same team that we was right before they got hired. Do y'all not know? Y'all not know what they was saying about our team before them niggas came? Nigga, they were saying we win 60+ games, which we probably was. I swear to God, we dropped off when these niggas joined. I think Giannis got injured a little bit. I think Dane got fucked up a little bit. Like, Birdie, I don't think y'all know how good we was. Like, we started to catch our stride again. And I want to say this is back around 2022 to 2023. Right around there. After the championship game. The main reason we went to the championship in the first place was because of that defense. That championship defense, that defense was our identity and it solidified our team. If we can get back to that, ain't no telling what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But right around 2023, 24, or maybe the season before that. But I want to say, 23, 24, King. We really started to get back to that move. And then everything went downhill in the middle of the fucking season. And we just fucked. I can't even remember what we finished as, King. But I know, I can't remember what we finished as, King. But I swear to God, we started off as like the 2-1 seed, bro. We was rolling. And my thing is, niggas might think I'm dragging or I'm joking or whatever the case may be. Find another coach. What is Darvin Ham? Is Darvin Ham I think he might be assistant. I know Doc is the head coach. Find 2 other coaches. I swear to God, GM. You know who you are, gang. I'm not even gonna say your name. My GM. Find 2 different coaches. I can guarantee there's plenty of coaches that will be more than willing to come coach our BuCks to a fucking chip. You can find 2 other coaches. I swear to God, Darvin Ham and Doc Rivers are not where we need to be right now. And I feel like that's pretty much, common sense. Like, they're not good at all. I feel like, they kill franchises, or they at least make them weaker than what they're supposed to be. Get us 2 other coaches, and I know you know that deep down. Because why did you hire these niggas? They suck. Get us 2 different coaches. That's all I gotta say.
Volume turns out pretty well. He is shooting 52% from the field and 42% from 3, averaging just under 17 a night with a couple of steals, 5.5 assists, 3.7 rebounds. Tonight, going up against the Bulls, had 20 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 4-6 from 3. He had that monster game against the Golden State Warriors, a revenge game for Ryan Rollins to allow them to win without Giannis. Like, that's not something I thought was basically ever going to happen this season, that the Bucks were going to beat someone, never mind a pretty good opponent, with Giannis not in the lineup. But Ryan Rollins is the biggest reason why they were able to do that. And I was not a big fan of this guard room. I kind of liked a few of the guys like AJ Green and Ryan Rollins and Gary Trent, Cole Anthony, but I didn't feel super confident in anybody as like that lead guard.
Cole Anthony,
like a pretty
I say this. If Cole Anthony can fix his head, I don't know if y'all been watching, he's getting too much foul trouble and just trouble in general. Brody, I think that nigga got injected in one of the games. I swear to God, I think he got ejected. In one of these games, I swear to God, I think he got ejected. Because I remember because I was watching it. And I swear to God, he either got a tech or he was ejected. But he definitely got a tech the other day, too. Not the Bulls game, but the one before that. The Kings game, I think it was. We lost to them niggas I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. And we just, never mind. I'm not going to speak on it because that shit's embarrassing. Those are the only losses, too. The fucking Kings, we was not supposed to lose to them. The Kings and the Raptors was the only losses. Mind you, we just played the Raptors in like the second game. Why did they beat us by almost 30 points? Here? Like not the first game, this last game, the second time we just played them. Why did they beat us by 30 points? I don't understand that. But look, I'm gonna say this: Cole Anthony got to stay out of trouble. I don't know if that's his identity. I didn't watch him before he came to ours. I mean, I know him, you know what I'm saying? But, like, he just got to chill. Like, chill.
Number 2 or number 3 to Giannis, but Ryan Rollins has become that guy. Like, he is only 23 years old. There is still so much runway for him to improve and get better, and he's already playing like this in his first real taste of, like, actual volume and opportunity. That is an amazing sign for the Bucks, because this is a team that doesn't have a lot of like super intriguing young talent, a lot of high upside guys to build forward to in the future with Giannis. That's part of the reason why a lot of people, me included, have expected this Giannis Bucks era to end pretty soon, because it's like, how do they possibly get better from here? They've given up all their picks. They've not got like, you know, this high upside star young talent on the roster. I'm not saying Ryan Rollins is going to be an all-star, but if he can just be like a star, like really solid guard and continue to get better like this, that is already a huge boost to what you've got going on over there in Milwaukee. Miles Turner has not been that great so far this season, but tonight kind of got it going, and I think we're going to see more of this. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block, 5 of 8 from 3, 8 of 14 from the floor overall. He was
he's not even been getting 10 boards, man. I think his biggest, I think the thing he's doing the best is his defense, his post defense. He been getting hella blocks.
But he's been decent so far this season. He still can't shoot the 3 ball, but he's giving you 12.6 and 4.6 rebounds on 54% shooting in just under 24 minutes. Like, if you can get that from Kuzma, you take it. Like, the Bucks have just been solid. AJ Green, of course, knockdown shooter. They've gotten good minutes from a number of guys. They look like a legitimately deep team to start this season, and that's not the way I thought it was going to go. And it's led them to a top 10 offense. They're 8th in offensive rating. They're top 3 in three-point shooting. The big thing has been the defense. Like, they're 18th in defensive rating so far this season, and that was where I was kind of concerned, because like Giannis can give you a lot, but I felt like it might wane from time to time, his effort and his intensity on that end, because you're asking him to do a lot offensively. And like Miles Turner is a shot blocker, but he's not like this elite rim protector. I didn't love a lot of the options overall throughout this rotation defensively. I just didn't feel good about it, and I do still think if this Bucks team ends up falling down the standings, if they sink as the season goes on, they waver, it's going to be because of that defense. I still don't love the personnel. I would love if they could get like a really solid wing defender in there, but obviously like they're completely out of trade chips. Like, this is the roster they're going to have. But as long as this offense is capable of putting out this type of output, Giannis continues to be this dominant force. The shooters are hitting their shots. You get a little bit more consistency from like Miles Turner and maybe some 3-point shooting from Kyle Kuzma. Like, this Bucks team is going to be good. They're going to be at the very least good. And is
Niggas
that
ain't
enough to
finna
convince
trade for
Giannis
shit
to
else
stay?
other than
I don't know.
fucking
I don't know
Giannis, and we're
what
not giving y'all
Giannis'
that
head
shit.
is
So
like
it's like,
has to be done to convince him to play another season here. Like, do they need to just make the playoffs and have a competitive first round series, or do they need to win a series? Do they need to make it to a conference finals, NBA finals? Like, I don't know. Maybe there is no like real expectation. It's just purely vibes. And I don't know, but at the very least, so far, what they've done feels like a good step in the right direction to keep Giannis in town, to continue to
definitely
have him as a
does.
Buck for life. And listen, I've talked a lot on this channel about how I believe Giannis is going to be traded at some point, how they're just not going to be able to keep him. And that kind of still is the mentality that I have. And it's not because I want to force Giannis out. Every time I say that, people are like, oh, you want Giannis to leave. You're part of the media, you know, big media, trying to force Giannis away from the small market. I want to see Giannis, in fact, in a small market. I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. So I don't want Giannis out, but obviously, you know, it's going to take more than a 6-3 start to the season. But yeah, they've been playing better than I was expecting, and I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. Like, if you're new to this channel, which a lot of you have been supporting and, you know, subscribing recently, shout out to you. So a lot of you probably are new. I'm not someone who's going to, you know, just be like, no, I'm right. Right, like this thing actually isn't happening. Don't look over here. I was right. I'm 100% right. When you talk about basketball as much as I do, you make all these predictions, you're going to be wrong about stuff. Like, that's just the way it's going to go. I'm more right than wrong, I like to think. But like with the Bucks, I hope they keep playing really well. The NBA is better when Giannis is able to play on the biggest stages, and you know, so far the Bucks have been one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference amongst a lot of disappointing teams. It could have been a start for the Bucks where it's like, you know, maybe they'll turn it around, but instead, if they drop off a little bit, at least they have a decent runway to go ahead and start off and, you know, level them out. So shout out to Milwaukee Bucks. Shout out to Giannis, the way that he's playing. He probably is the MVP as of today. It's like him, Shea, Luka. I mean, Jokic, no one's talking about for some reason, but he's been still unbelievable somehow. The stuff that he does goes under the radar. Wemby, you know, also kind of in that conversation, but his numbers have dipped a little bit. I made a whole video already talking about how insane this MVP race is going to be, and as time continues to go on, it feels like we are kind of in for one of those all-timers. But yeah, shout out to the Bucks. Might have been wrong. Would love to have been wrong. That'd be cool. Let's talk about the rest of the NBA real quick. Let's go ahead and jump through it. It was, again, an NBA Cup night, so all these count towards that point differential matters. And we saw a lot of blowouts. This is kind of the way it went. My Thunder beat the Kings 132-101 with Isaiah Hartenstein having a 33-point, 19-rebound game. He was unbelievable. Literally the best game of his career. Yeah, like the Kings just got fried. I mean, we were literally running like the same plays left and right, and they just could not figure it out. No DeMontis Sabonis for them, so it's not like unexpected, especially with OKC coming off a loss. Shea another 30-piece in only 3 quarters. AJ Mitchell with a double-double. And yeah, for the Kings, I mean, this thing is just not going well. Like, it's not surprising, but that's the way it's going. The Spurs knocked off the Rockets. That was one of the best games of the night. Just all-around effort from San Antonio. Wemby 22-4-8, 24 from Harrison Barnes, 22 from Sean Penny, 15 from Devin Vassell, 14 and 13 assists for Stephon Castle, who they really need to step up with no Dylan Harper. De'Aaron Fox is back in next game, which I cannot wait for. But San Antonio 6-2 with Dylan Harper dealing with injury, no De'Aaron Fox yet. An amazing start for this team. I don't think you could have asked for better. And for the Rockets, there were just turnovers here. Their defense was bad. Like, honestly, I'm shocked how like much better I feel about their offense than their defense right now. I thought it would be the complete opposite way, but they've been really good offensively. Defensively have not looked like the team they were last season so far. They kept running this like 2-3 zone throughout a lot of this game that they just looked uncomfortable doing, and they were getting fried. They were giving up really good looks in the weak spots. Like, I don't know. I feel like this team is good enough defensively. I know Reed Shepherd is a weak link, and he's been good, so you want to keep him on the court. But, like, if it's causing you to have to run a terrible defense, he just can't be out there. Or if he's getting picked on, you've got to find a way to have guys rotate over. Like, the Spurs were hitting really timely shots anytime someone was left open. So I guess Ime Udoka felt kind of inclined to continue to go that way. But I don't think it worked at all. So maybe, you know, we'll see that again. Maybe they just stay out of it. But I feel like they've got the personnel to be a lot better than this defensively. Like, I don't think this team should be 5-3 the way that they are with their defensive rating as low as it is. Which, I mean, maybe it's just a good sign for the Rockets. The fact that it feels like they've got so much room to go up on that end, and they're still 5-3, playing pretty good basketball offensively, which is honestly the thing I want to see more of to kind of show me that they could be legit in this West. We had the Mavericks falling to 2-7. I can't make another Mavericks video, but every day I feel like I need to. To the Grizzlies, John Morant had a really good game, but Dallas, I mean, they're just the worst offense in the league. Defensively, they are towards the top, but this was an abysmal game for them on that end. There's just no drive. There is no, like, anything convincing to show that this is going to be a good team at any point this season. I don't care how injured they are. Like earlier this season, they had Anthony Davis and Derek Lively, and they lost to Washington Wizards, who they play tomorrow night on a back-to-back. I guess today, as you're probably seeing this video. If they lose that game, we might have to make an emergency third Mavericks video because I just can't even comprehend it anymore. But yeah, good win for the Grizzlies to kind of get back on track. The Wolves just annihilated the Jazz 137-97. Anthony Edwards was awesome. The Nuggets really beat up on the Warriors with no Steph Curry. Nikola Jokic, I talked about him, but 26-9-9, 18 from Aaron Gordon, 23-8-4 from Jamal Murray. Cam Johnson continues to not really put it together. 0 points for him in this game. I'm a little worried about the way it's been going. Like, I think he's going to be fine. He's just too good of a player. This is too good of a system, and playing off of Jokic is too big of a boost for him to just suck all season. But he's not been good so far, which, you know, if you want to beat the Thunder, you know, you want to go ahead and win another championship, they're going to need better from Cam Johnson. He's still figuring it out. Like, he's getting good looks. They're just not falling as of right now. The Heat torched the Hornets. They had 53 points in the first quarter. I cannot believe how good of an offense that Miami has right now. It, like, doesn't make any sense when I take a look at the personnel, but Eric Spoelstra is just a genius. The fact that he's completely shifted his style after continuously being one of the best coaches in the league for years and created this ridiculous offense with, like, the offensive talent is not to the level that it is. It is a testament to why he's one of the best to ever do it. But for the Hornets, Concacaf, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I feel like he's kind of flown under the radar for how good he's been to start this season. Like, on the year, Con is out there putting up 16 and 6 while shooting 40% from 3. I don't know. I know the Hornets haven't been great, but I feel like we're just not talking enough about how good Concacaf has been. And speaking of guys that we're not talking enough about how good they have been, Alex Sarr and the Wizards got obliterated by the Cavaliers, who are looking more and more like the Cavaliers I expected to see this season. But Alex Sarr was great. Again, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And on the season, he's just been amazing. And I don't think we're talking enough about Alex Sarr, so shout out to him. But yeah, I mean, for the Cavs, 16 and 14 for Jared Allen, 18 and 10 from Mobley, 29 from Garland, 24, 5 and 5 from Donovan Mitchell. I do still believe the Cavs are going to win the Eastern Conference. They were my pick before the season, and they're really starting to look like that team as they're getting guys healthier. The Raptors beat the Hawks. Atlanta continues to rack up losses without Trae Young, and I think this is now 4 in a row for the Raptors. I believe that's the case. Yeah, 4 games in a row. Toronto's, you know, kind of figuring it out a little bit. They're starting to look a lot better than they were at the beginning of the season. And then the Magic go ahead and win 123-110 against the Celtics. Big win for the Magic. They needed this one, you know, NBA Cup. Of course, they've just been one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA, but building a little bit of momentum. Then the Pistons beat the Nets 125-107 to take sole possession of the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is amazing. I love to see it. Cade Cunningham is playing at like an MVP level so far this season, and Jalen Duren is a walking 20-20. A video about the Pistons will be coming at some point soon, don't you worry. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the games from tonight. Let me know down below in the comments what your takeaways were from this night of NBA Cup action, and let me know what you think about the Milwaukee Bucks. Do you think there is still a lot of room for them to improve and get better? Do you feel like that they're going to kind of come back down to earth a little bit? Do you believe that the Giannis trade is coming? Just overall, what are your thoughts on this Bucks team? Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I appreciate all y'all support. 100K video, last one, which is like ridiculous for just an NBA recap nightly video. I really appreciate y'all support. Has been unreal to start the season. We're going to keep this momentum going. Yeah, one more time, appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. Real one, say back.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in, bro. To me, I ain't gonna lie. I think, for 1, we getting 60 plus wins. 2, Giannis getting MVP. 3, Eastern Conference Finals shit. 4, championship. I need this shit. I need it, bro. And she keep talking about Giannis trade, this, that, and 3. Like, I need us to do good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need us to do good, bro. Like, yeah. Appreciate the watch. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Turn the post notices on. Look for more uploads. Peace.